Welcome back to Dishing It with D. It has been a minute since I've been up here and dished out anything to you all. Been handling some personal things, getting my daughter settled at her new career and new space in DC. But everybody was like, "You got to get up here and talk about this. You got to get up here and talk about it." And all the shenanigans around the alleged rumors around Steve Harvey. First, Steve Harvey. From his Twitter account, somebody allegedly, not allegedly, but somebody did post some tweet about a comedian you don't find funny at all, and it went viral. It hit the internet waves, and such to the point that Steve had to come up and actually do an apology. And I think he was actually, out fishing, poor thing. He was out there, trying to get his, relaxation on, doing what he likes to do, fishing. And he felt the need that he had to come up and actually address those rumors. I mean, the fact that somebody had posted something, that was clearly insensitive, he's a comedian. And why would he put something like that, and that's what he said, that clearly was insensitive. It's like, starting trying to start a bar fight or something, what I'm saying, between the comedians. Like, why would a comedian say that, anywho, so he had to issue an apology over that. Okay. Then the latest thing that just hit the internet wave was somebody, a YouTuber, posted on his YouTube channel that Marjorie was having an affair on Steve with her security guard and her chef. Now, I don't know if that's one and the same person or it was two, said it. She was cheating with two different people. But anyways, nonetheless, that's where we are. And I think the tweet has since been taken, the YouTuber has since taken that information down. And now it's like, but it's out there. Once anything gets out there, it's out there. It's hard to stop the bleeding. Because you know what? People like myself, content creators, is going to take that and we're going to run with it. We're going to run with it. We're going to run with it whether it's true or not. Because it's a hot topic. But my thing is, let's talk about it. Let's unpack this, okay? Marjorie, she has it good. She has it really, really good. Really good. Steve has, he used to have umpteen jobs. He had the Steve Harvey show. He had the USA pageant. He hosted that. He was, of course, he got Family Feud on lockdown. And any other gigs and things that he had. I mean, he wrote books and so forth. I mean, got us all looking at the movies, Steve was everywhere. Steve was everywhere. And he's one of the hardest working men, it appears, in his line of business. And what does Marjorie have to do other than just spend his money? She travels. Her and her daughter, which is not Steve's daughter, Steve adopted her, Laura Harvey. All they do is wear fashions, latest designer clothes. They travel extensively on Steve's dime. Why in the hell would she want to cheat on him? I don't know. Now, allegedly. But the fact is, I always said this. I mean, this is a conversation I've had with my daughters and stuff that we talk with. It's like, what does she do? And with all of that notoriety in terms of, she's got lots of followers and stuff, she's never really used that to launch any kind of, she looks great, keeps her body tight and right, skin looks great, amazing, she dresses well and all of this. I'm like, why didn't she launch some type of, perfume or skincare line? Because everybody's doing it. But if you got these followers and people looking at you and you're always looking good, and I'm sure she's smelling good, why not launch something in the name of that and sell it to all of your viewers, and your followers? And she never did. I don't know anything that she pushes. Now, I don't follow her really like that, but I know that, like I say, all I see is just, you know, being a consumer of Steve's hard-earned money. That's all I see her doing. And, you know, I know Steve doesn't have the Steve Harvey show anymore. He hasn't written a book in a while, no movies. I know he still has the Family Feud gig, and he may be on the road or something doing some stand-up or something. I'm not sure, but he doesn't seem to appear to have those gigs like he used to have them. But yeah, what do you all think? Because I'm trying to sit here and think, like, you know, why would someone like that has it made, you know what I'm saying? And he seems to adore her, and he would do anything for her. I mean, he seems to, you know, he's one of them ones like Tom Cruise was jumping on the couch, you know, and like Seal was, you know what I'm saying, about his woman. I mean, he seems to be that type of energy, like whatever Margie wants, Margie gets, you know, he caters to her. This is the ideal state that any woman, especially a black woman, because we don't get it like that, you know, would want a husband to pour into them like that, you know? Yeah, most of us, it's hard to even get a vacation, you know, suggested and paid for by our husbands, you know, once a year, you know, or, you know, I've been trying, I don't know how long, and I'm telling my husband that I've been trying to get a, you know, a built-in, I want my deck built in into, you know, a closed-in deck, you know, sunroom, not even a sunroom, but closed-in when I haven't gotten it yet. So I'm just saying, this lady, you know, wants and needs for nothing, okay? So why in the world would you risk it to sleep with a chef, allegedly, or a security guard? Now, I'm pretty sure that she probably spends a lot of time with these people, making sure the meals are, you know, constructed, you know, preparing whatever, you know, they're asking her questions about what do you want for your meals today, tomorrow, planning your weekly meals out with the chef. Security is always around for protection. You know, they travel a lot and what have you. So I'm pretty sure they're around a lot. So do you think it's because Steve is so busy trying to make sure that there's bank for them to spend, that he's not spending enough quality time with her, you know, and that's kind of leading to something like this? But, you know, truth be told, I'm telling you, Margie, you know, you and Lori have it made. I mean, have it made. You would be a purity fool to mess up that bag, okay? Now, I know Steve has since, you know, responded to this. He was at Invest Fest or some Invest Fest that he was speaking at, and he shut down those rumors that there was any type of, you know, discord going on in his house, any cheating. Marjorie, you know, they were saying that she was going to divorce Steve and all this. He shot that down. And also Marjorie put on her page something to the effect that, you know, we don't usually even have to deal with this foolishness, you know, and lies, but, you know, why are people making up lies and so forth? I don't know whether this is lies or not, but, you know, usually they say when there's smoke, there's fire. So why would somebody just make up something like this, you know? And then I was talking to my husband, and I haven't heard this, but he said he heard somewhere that one of Lori's exes, I don't know, because Lori has so many exes, I don't know, he's coming out and talking about some of this as well. So I don't know. Sometimes, like I say, most time when there's a little smoke, there tend to be a fire, an undercurrent about to explode. So I'm hoping this is not the case for Steve, because like I say, he seems to adore her, and they've got like 7 kids, I think, amongst the 2 of them, and they seem to have, you know, had a happy life thus far. But, you know, maybe Margie's getting a little restless. But then again, you know, Marjorie actually, you know, she's got a checkered past herself. You know, she allegedly was with a drug dealer before she got with Steve. So she chases that bag. Is it that now that the bag is no longer as big as it used to be? Steve's getting older. Unc is about what? I know Unc got to be close to 66 or 70. Maybe, she lining it up for another, something else. But why would you do it with a security guard? Or maybe it's just a good lay. Maybe it's just, hey, Steve ain't able to put it in like he used to. And, the security guard, I don't know how old he is, don't know how old the chef is, what have you. And maybe, it's some young, fresh meat, for her. I don't know. But it would be sad if that's the case that, Marjorie, if you're doing that, Unc is Unc. Uncle Steve, he's everybody's uncle. And we love Steve. And he works so hard for the family, But like I say, Marjorie, she was, like I say, she was allegedly with a drug dealer before. And before Steve, and she wasn't with no drug dealer probably for his looks or for the love. She was probably with him for the bag. So, Marjorie loved her clothes. She loved nice things, and she loved, like I said, she chased that bag. And I don't know whether Steve's bag ain't big enough now, that bag or the other bag, the sack bag, whether or not that's, performing like it used to or whatnot. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, I don't know. What you all think about it? Because like I say, I'm just hoping it's not that. And I'm hoping it is all rumor. And then another thing I was thinking was, maybe do you think somebody's coming for Steve? Somebody's out to bring Steve down, to knock him down a peg or two? Because these rumors about cheating and a divorce and all this stuff is so closely on the heels of this tweet that came out, this viral tweet. It just seems like it may be calculated in some sense, and somebody's trying to take Unc out, out of the game. Let's not do that. Okay, we love Steve. Steve, old school, and he member of the Omega Psi Phi, which is my brothers. I'm a Delta Sigma Theta. So we love Steve, and what do you all think about it? I want you to comment it in the chat and tell me what you think. Do you think there's some smoke? I mean, there's some fire where the smoke is, and whether there's any truth to this, possibly some trouble in paradise with their marriage? Or do you think it's just somebody out here trying to get Steve and putting something out there, or just putting stuff out there because they know that the viral tweet of Steve went and worked so well, and maybe this is a nice clickbait because all of us will be talking about it? I don't know, but let me know what you think. That's all I got now, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks again for tuning in to Dishing It with D. Don't forget to like this video, also comment on it, share it, and subscribe. And also hit that notification bell so that you will be alerted when we drop something new. Thanks again for tuning in to Dishing It with D.